In John chapter 2, verse 1 to 11, Jesus changed water to wine. Let me read. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Now both of Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding. And when they ran out of wine, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." In the first way we see they had a problem in the Cana of Galilee, in the place of wedding. They have no wine. In verse 4 and 5 we see Jesus said to her, "Women, what does your concern have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servant, "Whatever he said to you, do it." Verse 6. Now there were set there 6 water pots of stone, according to the manner of purification of the Jew, containing 20 or 30 gallons apiece. Jesus said to them, "Fill the water pot with water." And they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, "Draw some out of now and take it to the master of the feast." And they took it. When the master of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine and did not know where it came from, but the servant who had drawn the water knew. The master of the feast called the dragon, and he said to him, "Every man at the beginning set out the good wine, and when the youth have well drunk, then the inferior. You have kept the good wine until now." That master, he don't know, right? Who changed water into wine in first half. Verse 11. This beginning of the sign Jesus did in Cana of Galilee and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him. It is the first miracle. They have wedding program, but they have a problem also in there. They don't have wine. Gone up. Next step we see. Jesus said to her, "Women, what does your concern have to do with me?" Because Jesus said, "My hour has not yet come." See? When the time has come, the miracle will happen. But one thing, his mother said, "Whatever he said to you, do it." You see. And the last passage we see again that the owner will say, the owner, right? He doesn't understand who changed water into wine. In verse 9, right? When the master of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine and did not know where it came from. First time we don't know. Verse 10 we see. And he said to him, "Every man at the beginning set out good wine, and when the youth have well drunk, then inferior. You have kept good wine until now." In the beginning of signs Jesus did in Cana of Galilee, manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him. The only thing we see, Jesus is God. He's the one who performed miracles. So nature to supernatural.
The Apostle Paul said that Jews look for a sign and Greeks look for wisdom. And so here Jesus is doing the first of the 7 signs. And I didn't know it was 7. And I don't know if there's a reason for that, because 7 is supposed to be the perfect or the complete number, right?
Mm-hmm.
We read about that in Revelation. So I don't know if there's a connection to that or not. I won't say any more about it because I don't know. But it's an amazing thing. Here's the first sign that he does. And we don't know if everybody saw it or not, but it's amazing, and I understand it, but from a darkened heart. Um, I guess it's hard to understand it, right? When you're born again, it's hard sometimes to look back and say, well, how come they couldn't just believe, right? He did all these things, the water to wine, the healing right in front of these people, and they're still saying, well, then what about the 5,000? What did they say? Well, then if give us a sign. It's like, wait, what? I just healed how many people and created food. You want a sign? So
I like the fact that in verse 4, it's not his hour to do a miracle, but because his mom asked him to, he honors his mom. He's 30 years old. Today in America, people would be like, I don't have to listen to my parents. I'm over 21. I don't have to do that. And here you have Jesus who, okay, mom said, so I gotta make some wine. That's the fifth commandment, to honor your father and your mother.
I wasn't a good son to my parents growing up. And I remember last summer, my wife and I went over there and we were helping them out with their yard and just doing a bunch of stuff. And I'm not 25, so but when it comes to doing stuff for my parents now, I have a renewed love for helping them, whatever it is. You need sprinklers done, or you need to get your yard cleaned up. You need me to pull out a bush or cut down a tree or whatever. Okay, we'll come over on a Saturday and do it. And I was telling my wife, I feel like I can't properly make up for uh, not being a good son for so many years, and not just really not really caring about them, like what, you know, how they're doing, or hey, can I help you guys out? And the last several years now, it's been a joy for me to be able to spend time with them and just, they're older. I mean, they're in their 70s now, but to be able to just help them out and do whatever I can for them. So I get that, and it's close to my heart. So
Praise the Lord.
In verse 5, what interesting is in verse 4 and 5, my hour has not yet come. Jesus he said that word. And in verse 5, his mother said to the servant, see, even Jesus said, my hour has not yet come. But in verse 5, his mother said to the servant, whatever he said to you, do it. See how Mary, right, his mother, he believed, right, Jesus is God. His son and
I see.
mother rated each other, but he believed in God.
Oh, she has no doubt that he's going to do a miracle.
Yeah.
Ah, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
Because obedience is better than sacrifice, we said in that word.
Yes, amen.
Just he said, whatever he said to you, do it.
Hmm.